The logo software contains useful additional functions such as the user-defined function or UDF. This is a function with which multiple function blocks in a program can be merged into a group and used as often as required in the same program or in other programs. You can create a new user-defined function block. Let's use the initial temperature regulation example. The two function blocks, analog threshold trigger of the heating and cooling and the alarm counter, are to be defined as a UDF so that they can be used in different situations. On the one hand, this simplifies your programming, and on the other, you gain a clearer view of the program. To start, mark the function blocks that are to be grouped together and their connections to one another. Hold down the Control key to select more than one function block. First, make sure that the mouse is set to Select. Then, open the context menu by pressing the right mouse button and select Create UDF. The user-defined function opens in a new program window. All function blocks that have been added are now combined into a single group. On the left of the UDF, there is an input for the temperature sensor. On the right, there are three outputs. Notice the unique assignment of the function blocks to the numbered outputs. In the next step, you must specify which parameters are forwarded by the UDF. Right-click on the diagram and select Edit UDF Properties in the context menu that appears. This opens the Properties window of the UDF. In the first step here, assign logical names for the inputs and outputs of the UDF. Switch to the Parameters tab. Here you are given a selection of parameters of function blocks belonging to the UDF. In the example, use the counter and the current value of the B001 analog threshold trigger. The current values are required for display in the message texts. In addition, use the activation threshold of alarm message B004. The switching threshold for alarms can then be adjusted in the parameterization mode. Select each of these below and click the Add button. Click OK to save your changes. Now you must save the UDF. Use the command Save As in the File menu. In a last step, the UDF is incorporated into the library. In the function tree on the left, right-click on the UDF item to open the context menu and select the option Configure UDF. Click here on the Add UDF button, browse to find your saved UDF and add it to the library. As you can see, the UDF you created now appears in the function tree on the left. Insert it in the diagram editor and connect it accordingly. Your program is now more clearly structured in comparison with the initial example. Make sure that you use the parameters of the function block in both message texts. Switch to the properties of the message texts and select the parameters of the third UDF block. Download the example program if you've had any difficulties up to this point.